Hey, how you doing? Uh, I wanted to make a video that could loosely be described as a Christian manifesto. Of course, I'm not the final authority on it, but um, it would incorporate the subject of love. And Jesus Christ said, "This is my command: love each other." He said this in John chapter 16, verse 17. And love has to be our highest goal. Um, I want to read to you a little bit from Matthew chapter 5, verses 39 through 42. And this is how love would be defined. This would be a good example. Do not resist an evil person. If someone slaps you on the right cheek, offer the other also. If you're sued in court and your shirt is taken from you, give your coat too. If a soldier demands that you carry his gear for a mile, carry it 2 miles. That's where the saying "go an extra mile" comes from. Alright? Give to those who ask, and don't turn away from those who want to borrow. Okay, I also have a little bit from Matthew chapter 5, verses 44 and 45. It says, "Love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to those who hate you, pray for those who use you and persecute you. In that way, you will be acting as true children of your Father in heaven." And I encourage you to keep reading chapter 5. This is just a tiny little snippet, but keep reading, you'll find much more information. Okay, I want to read just a little bit more from verses 11 through 12. God blesses you when people mock you and persecute you and lie about you and say all sorts of evil things against you because you are my followers. Be happy about it. Be very glad, for a great reward awaits you in heaven. And remember, the ancient prophets were persecuted in the same way. So nothing is new under the sun. Huh? Love does no harm to its neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfillment of the law. That was Romans 13:10. So, at any moment in life, when these things happen to us, we can choose to be bitter. We can choose to allow anger into our hearts or unforgiveness. But Jesus Christ is saying, do it my way. Don't take revenge. Do nothing violence, nothing that will hurt people. Only act out of love. So, in my opinion, that would be the Christian Manifesto. I think this needs to be brought up once in a while because different sects or different movements within Christendom, they call themselves Christendom. They think that you can take people by force. You can use violence against them. The only thing that a Christian does is, his warfare is only spiritual. It is never physical. If you see any violence in the name of God, like Jesus Christ, it's not of God. I just read it. God says, "Do not resist an evil person ever. Let him slap you. Let him smite you. Do whatever." And I'm sure it's tremendous psychological reasoning behind it. But in the end, violence only begets violence. Be the bigger person. Stop the violence. Stop this nonsense. And it's not an easy thing to do. God, He has to help you with this. The Holy Spirit has to bring forth this fruit of love and joy and peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, all those wonderful things. That comes from the Holy Spirit, and it's not of us. There's nothing good in us, in humans. But God decides to indwell in us, and that's how God gets glory, when we listen to Him, when we obey His will, when we spend time with Him. Forget about religion, forget about all that. It's all about a relationship with Jesus Christ. If you don't know that, you have to come to Jesus Christ. So don't spend your whole life, or your energy and time, trying to set up earthly kingdom, And also, has been brought up, people say, well, I can't wait for Jesus Christ to come back. I can't wait for Him to come back. Well, you can hear His voice now. You can obey Him now. You can serve Him now. So there's, yes, we're waiting for the Jesus Christ to come back, set up His dominion kingdom here. But at the same time, we're supposed to be serving Him now. So when He comes back, He says, well done, my faithful servant. Inherit the joy of the Father. Okay? And also, the day of the Lord, when He comes back, it's a great day, a day of darkness, a day of judgment. And you look around, you see how many people are completely oblivious to the fact that there is a loving God, to the fact that He cares and the time is running out for them. Once again, we gotta be serious about the consequences. Those people are not saved, and we could have done something about it. But everything we do has gotta be with love. If it's not done with love, it's either because of our proud ambitions. It's our pride acting out. It's just, we're doing things because other things make us seem vulnerable or weak. And that's, once again, it's the ego. So we have to spend time in the presence of Jesus Christ. Always be aware of His presence. Wait for Him to speak to you. And really, that's the only way. That's the only way to go. That's pretty much all I had to say. But don't ever let people deceive you as far as, using violence or any kind of underhanded tactics, to promote Christianity. It's always going to be a free will, and there's people who will never understand it, and they will always. You can't explain God in logical terms. It's a metaphysical subject. So if you want there to be a God, He will show you. He will reveal Himself to you, and all the physical proof that you could possibly want. But if you don't, if you set up this ego barrier that you don't want there to be a God, He will honor that. He will not force Himself on you. So you will, unfortunately, live out your days, but judgment is coming, my friends. So. All right, I guess that's all I had to say. Spend time with Jesus Christ. Get to know Him. Yeah. All right. God bless you guys. Do things out of love.